Good morning and welcome to another episode of Morning Mumbles with Donnie DD214. After yesterday, probably, well, it's definitely one of my most watched videos so far, and that's where I discussed why I separated from the military. It's kind of hard to follow that up, so I don't know. I think I'm going to try to finish off the month strong, but then go back to like a weekly or bi-weekly video. That way I can kind of put more effort into them and record at home definitely comes out of better quality. I can have my notes now. I'm a little bit more prepared than driving to work. Morning mumbles. I'm gonna label this one the subtle art of caring less, and what that really is about. But for here, we'll say the subtle art of not giving a shit. So we're a little bit more PG-13 on the actual name of the title, but I know a lot of people talk about that, the subtle art of not giving a fuck, and I said I wasn't going to say it, but there I did. But there's some truth in a lot of that, right? So it doesn't mean not caring about everything. I think when people hear that, some people just automatically go to that and think that you don't care about anything. And I think that's the farthest thing from the truth. The subtle art of not caring about is literally caring about everything, right? Especially when things aren't pertinent. Or I think the biggest thing is not caring about things when they're limiting your growth. Like, if I really cared about what everyone said, then I probably wouldn't have posted that video yesterday. If I really cared about what everyone said about me, then I probably wouldn't post any videos, because there's a lot of people that probably think my videos are shit. And they probably are. They could be. But you know what? We're gonna say no. They're excellent, Donnie. So keep trucking, right? We need to have positive vibes in our life, and everyone introduces self-negativity all the time, even if it's just small self-negative talk. It's not needed. So we're gonna change that. These videos help people, and they help me. So that's all that matters, right? The subtle art of not caring. If you have a talent in something and you just think because maybe it's embarrassing, or maybe you're not great at it yet, that you don't want to show your talents, what's a good example? What if you can sing really well but you're embarrassed? You may never go to American Idol, you may never have a CD or a song on the radio. But whereas if you just throw that shit to the wind, just throw it out there, like I said, then who knows where you'll get. Maybe you're talented at sewing as a male. I don't know. Who cares? There's even like not caring when people think your hobbies are funny. I mean, I don't play Magic the Gathering, but I have some coworkers and friends that do, and I give them shit, but that's cool. I guess it keeps you out of trouble, and that's cool. There's a lot of things that I don't like, and it doesn't really matter. The point is that do what you care about, and when people talk shit or don't approve of what you do, most of the time that doesn't matter, because they don't live your life. What's some other things you really shouldn't care about? Okay, yeah, I wanted to talk about this. For years, you either at school or work, you just go in with this perfectionist mindset, and a lot of people do. I know I did for a long time, and I still get hung up in it sometimes, because you want to do quality work. And what the point is, sometimes people, I've talked about this before, is analysis paralysis. So if you overanalyze how you're actually going to accomplish a task, you may never start, and then it ends up looking worse than if you just started. So get away from that perfectionism sometimes. Maybe focus on giving a quality final product, but never making a plan and taking action is more failure than fire and forget. Then you just start something. I mean, any task you have should be able to somewhat be broken down into a simple set of tasks, right? You accomplish the first task, and then you move on to the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, however many tasks it is, and then at the end you can kind of QC it, right? Does this make sense? Okay, this doesn't make sense. But if you sit there and you overanalyze everything, you're never going to accomplish anything. So it's the subtle art of not caring or caring less. It's not that you don't care, it's just that you have to kind of cast that self-doubt out of your mind and get to work. We talked about this a couple weeks ago or a week ago. Action over words, progress over perfection, right? There is no person on this planet that is perfect, and besides Jesus, right? And despite your beliefs or whatever, it is what it is. Maybe you believe that differently, but you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Most people are not. Actually, no one is perfect. So again, your best may not be their best, but also if you just sit there and you overanalyze everything, then you're never going to get anywhere. So the subtle art of caring less. You got to figure out what you really need to care about and what you really don't need to care about. What other people think about you, probably don't need to care about it. I guess that's kind of it. That's kind of the biggest deal. Is it's not that you don't care about things, it's that you just stop caring about what people think of you on the outside, because maybe they don't know you. How many times have you met people in your life, and on first, don't judge a book by its cover. We all do. Maybe as you get older, you get better at it. Maybe you don't. Maybe that's one of your blessings, is that you don't judge a book by its cover. But I know when you're younger and being a male, especially in our generation, we are very judgmental. And so how many people have you met in your life that you initially would not have interacted with, or you would only interact with them on a work basis? You're like, I would never hang out with that dude. And then maybe over time, or maybe they go to your church, or maybe they're a friend of a friend, and then over time you get to know someone, and maybe they have some qualities or traits that are really genuine and really cool. Some of these people can become your best friends over time, and a lot of people that you would never talk to have the purest hearts. So don't judge a book by its cover. And I kind of got off topic. I think a couple of minutes ago I probably put that together better, but regardless, I think you get the point. The older you get, just the less you should care about a lot of those superficial things, or things that don't matter. So you got to determine what's important, and what you really shouldn't care about, or you should care a lot less about. Anyways, I know this wasn't as good as yesterday, but we're going to keep trying and we're going to get there. So have a great day.